What's up, guys? Welcome to the Palacio podcast. Today we're going to be doing Super Bowl predictions. I got my boy Eli here because need an expert in the game, and obviously I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I'm no expert.
Yeah, I mean,
He rocking the Saints, but we're going to forgive him for that one. So Super Bowl predictions. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. So who you got?
I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs by a pretty close game, in my opinion.
so?
I think so. I think it's going to be a pretty close game.
I think that the 49ers, their defense is too good. You made some good points earlier, but I think that 49ers, their defense is so good, and as long as they don't let Patrick Mahomes get a little momentum, then I think they'll be straight.
I mean, yeah, that's obviously the key for the 49ers, but we've seen in the last couple games where Mahomes, he started off really slow. He got down, by 20-plus points in the championship game and the divisional round, and he ended up putting, I think, was 42 on Tennessee and 51 on Houston.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I'm thinking that if the 49ers get up by more than 14, then the game's done, even in the first, because I think their defense is just so good that unlike the other teams that Kansas City has faced, that they're not going to let them come back on them.
I think, with a Hall of Fame like Mahomes.
Bro, and that's the other thing that I'm not living up to all the, think that Mahomes is living up to all the hype that they're giving him. I really don't.
I just want to let y'all know he's crazy. Mahomes is definitely a Hall of Fame type quarterback. He's going to prove it to y'all. This is the start of the Chiefs dynasty.
They're having professional sports announcers saying that he's in the league with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and all them, and he's only been playing as a starter for like 2 seasons. Anybody could have a good season. That's my point. And Kansas City, I mean, they're a good team. They're a solid team. But you take away their quarterback, and who else they got that's going to keep them on this level?
Honestly, they just got a bunch of track stars. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, if the 49ers don't come out ready to play on defense and, Kansas City starts beating them over the top, it's wraps.
I think that the 49ers are going to win. I don't think it's going to be a close game. I think that they're going to hold them up more than 14, and they're just not going to be able to let the Kansas City Chiefs come back on them. Patrick Mahomes, if they don't get him on that contract, because we were talking about the contract earlier, they're gonna throw some stupid money on him and keep him on his team.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying things like $200 million for 4 to 5 years, which
fucking
is
ridiculous.
Which is crazy in my opinion. I mean, they said the salary cap is supposed to go up, but I mean, you give a quarterback that much money per year, I don't know how you're gonna build the rest of your team. But
yeah, and just because I think that. Well, not to compare it because they're completely different players, but when they were giving Zeke that stupid contract and then he didn't do shit for the whole year, I think that they, not like Patrick Mahomes, that he didn't live up to the hype, that the money that they were giving him, it definitely wasn't worth it. I think they're going to give him this much money because he's a young quarterback. He's 24, and they want him to stay with the team for as long as they can get him and build a dynasty around him.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, Zeke, it's weird. Zeke had a good number, I guess. I think he was in the top 10 of rushing for sure.
Not according to that KD. I mean, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
The fact that we even had a chance at the playoffs is just telling what our division is in right now. It was terrible.
Just kind of falling flat and not having offensive games,
so
when needed against the Bears, which was pretty weird.
What do you give the final score?
I think it's going to be high scoring. I think the Chiefs probably get about 38 points, and I'm going to give San Francisco 38-27.
I'm thinking maybe 28-7.
28-7.
That's what I'm thinking.
I want to say a big thing too with the 49ers and Chiefs is if the 49ers start running the ball in the Chiefs like they did Green Bay, and they get the play action going with Garoppolo and Kittle, and they got Sanders and Deebo Samuel, who've just been crazy this year. Emmanuel Sanders he's been balling like he's young again. I think dude's like 34, 35 years old. And then Deebo Samuel, I think he's a 2nd-round pick, and this dude's playing like a number 1 receiver, which is just insane to me. And then they got Mozart, and he's undrafted. I think he's undrafted, cut by six, 7 different teams. And then you seen in the division, or not the divisional round, the NFC Championship, 196 yards, 4 touchdowns, just complete domination.
You obviously know your shit better than I do. You got all them stats, boy. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. Thankfully, I'm off, so I'm able to watch it. I got the 49ers winning. I think I said what 14, but 14.
Yeah, we said
27.
27.
Yeah,
21.
Or 21. Yeah. And then you have them winning by. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think that the 49ers are going to let Patrick Mahomes do all that running that he's used to, getting like 20, 30 yards. That's ridiculous for a quarterback.
Yeah, it's definitely some new era stuff that we've been seeing from Mahomes and like Lamar Jackson and stuff like that.
I think that has a lot to do with him being so young and him not getting like hit like back in the day when they would just light up them QBs if they even thought about running. I mean, it's a totally different game now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the QB is a lot more protected in this day and age. I mean, you've seen some of the ridiculous penalty calls they call, like roughing the passer. You know, they touch exactly like that in the helmet and boom, 15 yards, automatic first down. You're just like, you know, well, what the hell? What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, I know. Especially when they're making all these rules for them. I mean, it just gives even more power to the quarterbacks that they're able to do whatever they want. And when the linemen or anybody on defense really, they're supposed to be doing their job and stopping the ball from, you know, from them gaining yards, and then they get penalized for it. It just changes the whole game. It switches it up.
Yeah, no, it seems to me like officiating over the last 5 years or so has just been progressively like worse and worse and worse. And I think that's something to do with all sports as well. I mean, I think there's so much of a spotlight on it. I mean, I don't want to say it just because it's my team, but like for the Saints example, against the Rams, you know, a blown call like that, I don't understand how you know you miss that kind of thing. It's just, officiating has been ridiculous lately, and I really don't know what you can do to fix it, which is kind of like the scary thing. Because unless you really just stop calling like fouls, unless it's like blatant obvious, I mean, I really don't know how to fix the officiating problem, because it's ridiculous on what they're calling and how ticky-tack some of the things are that they're doing.
Yeah. So I think that it's going to be a great game to watch, and it's not going to be a boring Super Bowl by any means.
Not at all.
But,
not at all.
you know, I got 49ers. He thinks Kansas City. So let us know what you think in the comments, or just you can hit me up at Palacio Fitness, Eli.
Twitter and Instagram are the same thing. It's __ Elijah, LYJAH. So, you know, follow you, boy.
Yeah. Let us know what you think, guys. If we're wrong, if we're right, if you think you got some good opinions, happy to talk to you guys about any kind of sports, anything. You know, we're always up to discussion. You got anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, that's gonna be it for the podcast, guys. Don't forget to go to the gym and lift something heavy. Peace.